under the night sky, trying to make me see your stars. But the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. And the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky, hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see your blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the tide. I can't find the point where pass the line, but you're the night sky. I'm trying to see your stars, but I've always feared the dark. Now I see violet, I can feel your silence. You always feel so far when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
Hello everyone. Welcome to tonight's podcast. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Hello, Skull Collector. How are you guys doing tonight? Well, it's technically still the afternoon here on the west. But how are you guys doing? Just actually woke up from a nap. And I'm still trying to wake up. Welcome to the show. How are y'all doing? How is everyone doing? Man, what a week. What a week for gamers, huh? And we're gonna get to that here on today's podcast. But before we do, I obviously gotta plug my stuff. So welcome to DylanLasagna Live. This is the podcast where I ramble on a bunch of stuff. I ramble and discuss some things I find interesting, like wrestling, gaming, sometimes sports, but not everyone is a sports fan. And a lot of other random topics that I like to go into long form discussion and rambling sessions. But if you're into any of those things, make sure you tune in every Friday, like at this time, 4:30 Pacific, and whichever time zone you're in, 7:30 Eastern, but mainly 4:30 Pacific. And also, if you're not already, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because you don't want to miss any of the variety stuff that we do here on the channel. And if you want to, you don't have to. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm, as you can see at the bottom right of the screen, whichever one it is, I'm at DylanLasagna. I just retweet or randomly say stupid stuff on there from time to time. And there is a link if you want to. Again, you don't have to for super chats, so you can have like a little message. But again, you don't have to. It's completely optional. So, man, yes, it does. COVID-19 does suck, but we are getting slightly better. Hopefully, at least here in California. And I just hope by the end of the year, we're at a somewhat stable state. At least here, at least actually around the United States. But I think what's going to be the most determining factor is not just the vaccine, but who's going to be president by November 4th. Now, I don't want to get too political because, I don't like politics, but, politics gets into our everyday lives no matter what. If people vote for Trump and he gets reelected, then we're pretty much fucked in the ass for 4 more years. Biden is not much better, but he can at least he'll somewhat make the country a little less chaotic. But I don't know. I don't follow politics that much, but it's good to learn. But it's like not to actively get into. But yeah, that's my stance on COVID right now. I'm just hopeful we reopen like by the end of the year. Of course, we gotta wait for that vaccine. And yeah, that's pretty much my spiel on that. I hate my phone. I always get those kind of messages. Oh man, those must suck, man. That must really suck. I get those too from time to time. I don't know how I get those. Do people somehow like use like a phone number generator, like a random generator for like phone numbers, and then like, oh, boom, yeah, you get a sex message. Yeah, you just got sexted. Oh man. But anyway, I got 2 random tidbits for you this week before we get into the big gaming news for today. Aha, I see what you did there, Skull Collector. But anyway, I got 2 random tidbits for you this week. I want to talk about WrestleMania 37 because I'm a little bit concerned about not like the what the plans are like for in the ring, like from the creative perspective, because lately WWE likes to go last minute on certain creative plans, but nonetheless, I'm a little concerned about the location for WrestleMania, like where they're gonna host WrestleMania. Now, right now, WrestleMania is slated to be in Los Angeles, the first one since 2005, and the first WrestleMania in California since the one I was at here in California in 2015 in Santa Clara. Again, bragging rights. I can have all the bragging rights in the world for that. But anyway, I saw this report. I saw this news article. I saw this news article on Wrestling Inc. and it kind of caught my eye because that's why I wanted to talk about it. So it's supposed to be, again, WrestleMania is supposed to be in Los Angeles. It's supposed to be in the new SoFi Stadium. By the way, that stadium looks gorgeous. It looks freaking amazing. Sure, it looks like a tiny ass like soup bowl, or like a big ass soup bowl with like a curved roof. But once you go inside it, oh my god, it looks great. It's just a shame that fans can't be in there right now. Like, if you watched the Sunday night game last week between the Cowboys and the Rams, they did like a whole. This was what I was waiting for all season, because like I'm trying to like do all this research on WrestleMania, and Cowboys and Rams was kind of like the first national spotlight we get on a new stadium, especially for wrestling fans that don't really watch sports, but they want to see what the new stadium's going to offer. And they did like an in-depth look of what the stadium's going to look like inside and like around it. Like they have this bar, these nice suites, like these new luxury suites. It looked pretty decent. It looked pretty good. And once it got to nighttime, like around the third or fourth quarter, beautiful, just beautiful. And then on the outside, you got like this beautiful lake around it, like this beautiful lake around it. So if WrestleMania still stays in LA, which we're gonna get into, my thoughts on that, it's gonna be one of the best looking ones. Now, will it still be the best in-ring ones? Well, that's to be determined, because obviously we can't say until come January. Ignacio Rizzo, we'll get to your comment in just a second. So we're going to talk about PS5 stuff in just a bit. So I want to talk about WrestleMania 37 for just a little bit, because it says here in this report by Raj Giri of Wrestling Inc. It says here, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, the scheduled site for WrestleMania 37, held their first event last Sunday with the LA Rams defeating the Dallas Cowboys. Games at the stadium will be held with no fans until further notice. And of course, tomorrow the LA Clippers, the LA Chargers / Clippers, will be hosting their first home game against the Kansas City Chiefs. So in addition to WrestleMania 37 being held at SoFi Stadium, SmackDown, NXT TakeOver, and Raw during WrestleMania week are scheduled to take place at the Staples Center, while WrestleMania Access and the 2021 Hall of Fame induction will take place at the LA Convention Center. However, WWE is apparently facing some scheduling conflicts that week. Music group Grupo Firme, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this music group, but Grupo Firme announced in August, I don't know exactly when they announced this, but I'm going to look at it right now, that they will play at the Staples Center that week. And this is where things get really muddy. The Staples Center website is selling tickets for Grupo Firme shows on Friday, March 26th, 2021, and Saturday, March 27th. And those are the same days as SmackDown and NXT TakeOver, most likely. And WWE is yet to announce any changes regarding to their WrestleMania week schedule. And then Wrestling Inc. has reached out to WWE regarding the dates and will provide an update if we receive one. So let's take a look at Grupo Firme. Let's see the dates here. I'm trying to see their website here. So it does say here from their Instagram, the musical group Grupo Firme, originally from Tijuana, will perform for the first time in the historic U.S. venue. It is well known that there are a really few bands within the Mexican region who can claim to have performed at the Staples Center in the United States, because in a few months, this privileged list will be joined by Grupo Firme. Edwin Casinger and leader of the Tijuana group announced through a video post of it on his Instagram stories that next year they will have a live presentation at the historic California venue. In said video was recorded in the enclosure of the city of LA. This great event is scheduled to be held on Friday, March 26th. The firm group will perform in front of its LA audience. It was in this way that the leader of the musical group mentioned in his euphoria on his official Instagram account. And then if we go to the Staples Center website, let's see here. Yep, it indeed says here that. It indeed says here. Let me show you guys here. That they are performing on March 26th to 27th. So that's a little concerning. That's a little concerning there. Actually, very concerning. Why is it very concerning? Well, first of all, let me say this. My initial thoughts were, why did the Staples Center allow this? That was my initial thought. Because the WWE, and the Staples Center in the city of Los Angeles, pretty much, practically planned this out a year, probably more than that, more than a year in advance, that they were going to host WrestleMania, and they had SoFi Stadium, not just SoFi Stadium booked, but Staples Center, ready to go for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT TakeOver, all in that weekend. So why did all of a sudden was this band allowed to perform on the same day SmackDown and TakeOver are to take place? That's my initial. That was my initial reaction. Excuse me. But I thought about it for on the next day, and then I thought to myself, well, maybe COVID had an impact on where WWE's gonna take on WrestleMania. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing here. Maybe WWE is maybe they're changing course with next year's WrestleMania, because think about it. If you watch that Sunday night game between the Rams and the Cowboys, Al Michaels, the lead commentator, they were he and Chris Collinsworth were talking about all the events that were coming up in SoFi Stadium. They talked about Super Bowl, what number are we on? Super Bowl 56. That's supposed to be in that stadium in 2022. They talked about the college football national championships. They talked about the Olympics that are going to be in 2028. There was no mention at all about WrestleMania being there next year. And barring any other concerts that are going to be in that stadium, WrestleMania, and barring any other changes, WrestleMania is going to be the first non-football event for that stadium. But then when I thought about it, there was nothing mentioned about WrestleMania. Not by Al Michaels, not by Chris Collinsworth, not by Michelle Tafoya. Nobody mentioned that. I mean, granted, no, not a single one that mentioned wrestling. Not even no one other than Fox or TNT. So I thought to myself, is WWE moving WrestleMania 37 out of LA? I mean, if so, is it going to somewhere like Tampa? Is that their plan B? Tampa was originally supposed to have WrestleMania 36, but we all know what happened there. The pandemic hit the fan when almost 3 to 4 weeks before Mania. So clearly Tampa lost its WrestleMania, and here in California we're still kind of slow with reopening, and maybe Gavin Newsom is waiting for a vaccine by the end he's waiting for the end of the year so he can reopen the entire state. But then by then WWE is probably going to be wondering, are we really going to have to sell, are we going to really have to wait till then to sell tickets for WrestleMania? It's they really have to think here. But if it doesn't move out of LA, which would be great, where are they going to have SmackDown? Where are they gonna have NXT Takeover? And let's say they don't move out of the Staples Center, because technically they had first priority. They technically have first priority. They already had this planned out year in advance. But let's say the Staples Center, like, sorry guys, this Grupo Firme band are more important right now. So where is WWE gonna have SmackDown and Takeover? They're probably gonna still have Raw they probably would still have Raw at the Staples Center, but where could they possibly have SmackDown and Takeover? My only logical conclusion there would be the Forum, the old LA Lakers arena. It's like literally right there next to the new stadium, the new Rams Stadium. So maybe that could be arranged. But I don't know. I don't know what WWE is gonna do. But the other thing I'm thinking is, again, it's very possible that WWE could just move WrestleMania entirely out of LA. They can delay WrestleMania in Hollywood till 2022, so they can firmly have WrestleMania at all the events at the Staples Center, because I don't know what's the capacity. They probably see the Staples Center as a bigger commodity than the Forum, because I don't know how big the Forum is when it comes to capacity. Let's see, the Forum in Inglewood, 17,000. I mean, it could work. It could work. Maybe. I think I just don't know how suitable it is for WWE events. That's the thing. I don't know if it would if it's suitable for a WWE event. But anyway, so at this point, if whatever plans WWE has for WrestleMania 37 in regards to the location, the tickets, obviously we don't know what they're gonna do creatively when it comes to the in-ring aspect. They need to address it in the next month or two, because this would normally be the time where travel packages start. They start selling that. Mid-November is normally around the time where they start selling tickets. This is the time, fall, mid to late fall is around the time where fans want to start planning out, especially if they're not near the area. They need to start planning out hotels, plane tickets, access, if they want to go to Access, if they want to go to Takeover, if they want to go to Raw or SmackDown, any of the events around WrestleMania. But the most important thing is hotels, travel, plane tickets, and the food. And if they're flying out of town, they need either a rental car or money for Uber. So WWE needs to adjust that. Not right now, but as soon as possible. Because it's the longer they wait, the more anxious people are gonna be. It's kind of like this. It's not the best analogy, but it's kind of like the situation Nintendo had throughout the last 6 months with their lack of a 2020 lineup. They literally waited until, let's say, the Mario 35th anniversary direct to actually give us games to look forward to. So again, are they gonna wait for a vaccine? Are they overseeing what's going on here in California and then decide if they want to have WrestleMania here in LA, it's like that's probably gonna be that's probably gonna like that decision is probably gonna come in like January at the latest. I'm just kind of like saying that right now. It's either like January, because like everyone's saying the vaccine's gonna come by the end of the year. So if we're gonna use that logic, then I'd say January is the latest decision WWE can have on WrestleMania. Because if they wait till February, until February, then people are gonna really panic. Because that people are gonna be in a rush to buy tickets. People are gonna be in a rush to buy hotel rooms. I mean, by then, it's gonna be expensive to buy hotel rooms and plane tickets just to go to LA. Like the minimum to plan out a hotel room and a plane ticket's like, I'd say now, like now and between now and November. So if it's not LA, then they need to talk about their plan B. What is the plan B? What's the plan B host city? Is it going to be Tampa? Is it going to be New York? No, or Jersey? Wherever the plan B is. WWE needs to talk about it like soon. Not like now soon, but like in October soon. But that's just my thoughts on that. They need to address where WrestleMania 37 is going to be sooner rather than later. Excuse me. Alright. Now, on to the next random tidbit, because I kind of went into a spiel about WrestleMania. I want to do a little bit of an unboxing for you guys. Let's do a little bit of an unboxing. So, let me open this for you guys. Because I apparently still have the plastic for this. Let me take off this red sticker. Let me take off this red sticker first, sorry. So, today, the Mario 3D AllStars collection came out, and it sold out, like, instantly. But fortunately, guess who came up very lucky? Your boy, guaranteed. Like, you know, like Charles Barkley. Guaranteed himself a copy of 3D AllStars. Woo! Woo! Here it is. Super Mario 3D AllStars. Here's the front. Here's the back. Use my lighting. It's so awful. Let me zoom in so focus in on it. My lighting is awful, sorry. There we go. There's the back. And then put it back on my face. So, there it is. Super Mario 3D AllStars. Now, how does the cover compare to... Well, I don't have my Crash Insane Trilogy with me because I lended it to someone so they could play it. How does it... So, I have the next somewhat best thing. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. So, this is the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Oh, shit. So, this is the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. And this is the Super Mario 3D AllStars. Chat. Which one do you think is better? So there's the front, and there's the back. Oh, there, the lighting kind of blocks that out. So there it is. Personally, I kind of like the 3D AllStars one, but personally for me, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy one cover kind of suits me. But yeah. So let's take a look at the inside. I know the official Nintendo account, YouTube account, took a look at Super Mario 3D AllStars like literally the day after the Mario 3D AllStars Direct. So let's take a look at the inside. But first, oh, there's no new plastic smell. Oh, there is new plastic smell. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm weird like that, guys. I am weird like that. So, let's just pull out the sleeve real quick. And we got a nice little portrait. Let me dim my lighting a bit so you guys can... there we go. It's a little dark. Hold on. Let me... turn down my lighting a bit. There we go. There is the art of... the inside art of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. My initial thoughts... I've said it time and time again, like last week and then the week it was revealed. I'm happy that we're getting these games in general, like that we're getting these games overall. I just oh wait, by the way, here's the cartridge. Let me focus in on that. There's the cartridge. Let me zoom in on that. I know some of you... There you go. There's the cartridge. It's kind of bright, but sorry, lighting. But anyway, I'm just happy that we're getting these games in general. But again, like, just because we're getting these games doesn't mean I'm allowed to critique it. I just wish that Nintendo, like, considering that this is like their franchise player, it's like Mario's like kind of like the Michael Jordan of Nintendo. He's like the Tom Brady of Nintendo. You know, he's the all-star. He's the literal all-star for Nintendo. I feel like if Nintendo is so, because it's like, I know it's a weird anniversary number, 35. But even then, you're celebrating the anniversary of your big time player in Mario. And I don't know. It's like, I know it's like they had these big plans for Mario, but they kind of like rushed it, you know? It feels rushed. And there were also reports, I forgot where, that they just started working on this game back in February, so before the pandemics like started hitting them hard, and which kind of explains why that Galaxy 2 is still not in this thing. That's why I'm still kind of disappointed that Galaxy 2 is not in here. But you know, if maybe Nintendo could have maybe planned the 35th anniversary further back, like let's say last year, like let's say, oh, let's celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary. Like they were at a meeting saying, hey guys, let's celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary is coming up next year. Let's celebrate by putting together a remaster, like actual remasters of like Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and Mario Galaxy 2. Now, it doesn't have to be like remakes like Spyro or Crash. But again, it also doesn't have to be literal emulations like what we got here. You know, just like remasters, you know, give Mario 64... They could have gave Mario 64 widescreen support, and Sunshine like GameCube, either GameCube support, like GameCube controller support, or like an actual way to like make the game bearable for people. I mean, I don't know how. So like again, I can't speak for everyone because this is what I've heard from people. Mario Sunshine is like a mess. That's all I've heard from people. But anyway. Had Nintendo started work on the Mario 3D All-Stars collection, let's say again last October, I'm just using that as an example, last November, then maybe this would have been well received, and this would have had more effort and work done into it. But it is what it is. I mean, we got three of the well, I don't know about Mario Sunshine yet. For now, two of the best. We'll see about Mario Sunshine. Two of the best Mario games of all time. But I still consider Mario Galaxy the best because it was so goddamn revolutionary. And it's still a goddamn shame to include Mario Galaxy 2. Such a goddamn shame. But anyway, this is Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm excited to play it. I might stream it for you guys. We'll see, depending on my schedule and the other games I still have to finish. So there's your random tidbits for the week. Let me know how you feel about them in the comments below. All right, 36 minutes in, and now we can get to the PlayStation 5 news, and of course the other piece of gaming news that we have to get into, the Nintendo Direct partner showcase. So let's first talk about the PlayStation 5. But first, let me check on the. Someone was telling me there's a lot of like-dislike ratios here, but no, there isn't. Someone trolled me. You liar. So let's first talk about the PlayStation 5. Going in, I was excited. It had a lot going for it. It had a good lineup. It had Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. It had a lot to offer. Pretty much all I had to do was reveal the price and reveal the release date. Pretty much that's all I had to do at this point, because there was a leak that happened last week where Microsoft, someone revealed the Xbox Series S, the all digital version of the Xbox Series X, and Microsoft was practically forced to officially announce it. And we know now that the Xbox Series X is $500 and the Xbox Series S is $300. I forgot when it's coming out though. Probably mid-November. But I forgot. Someone in the chat reminded me when the Xbox Series X and S are coming out. But let's get back to Sony, because they had their PlayStation 5 showcase on Wednesday because, well, they got to talk about it. They need to have that second to last final push on their brand new console that's coming out in, well, the holiday season. They need to say something. So let's first talk about what they showed at this event. Pretty much all the quick highlights they showed at the event. They showed a story gameplay trailer /gameplay trailer for the new Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'll admit, this looks pretty fun. I like the story that they're going for here. It's Miles Morales' mom is a politician, and Miles has to save her after she is attacked, and then we get to the gameplay sequence on the bridge, and this looks as fun as the first Spider-Man game. Although I haven't played the first Spider-Man game, but just seeing the let's play videos of it, it looks pretty cool. It looks really, really cool. So we don't get the confirmation of a release date for Miles Morales, but we get it in a tweet. We get it in a press release, which doesn't make sense. It's weird. So in this press release, it revealed that there was going to be both a standard edition and an ultimate launch edition. This ultimate launch edition was going to cost more at $70, while the standard edition would cost $50. And the ultimate edition would come with the first Spider-Man game, Marvel Spider-Man game, and it was going to be remastered. So it's like a 2-in-1 package. So that's pretty cool. But $70, that's pretty much telling that next gen games that's the standard for that price. So yikes. $70 for a video game. I mean, that's non deluxe edition. Yikes. So, not only did we get confirmation that that it was going to be $70, but Spider-Man Miles Morales was also going to be on the PlayStation 4. So that kind of broke people's heart, but I don't know why people were getting so upset by that. That the Miles Morales game was also going to be on PlayStation 4. Whatever. Then they also talked about Final Fantasy 16. And then there's also this Harry Potter RPG. So for you Harry Potter fans out there, there's a game called Hogwarts Legacy coming in 2021. Then they showed a campaign trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Well, it's your standard Call of Duty campaign. And then they also revealed that starting today, not like the day of the showcase, but on Friday, you can play the alpha version of the multiplayer. So for all you COD fans, you can play that multiplayer. They also showed Demon Souls, and then at the end, at the very end of the showcase, they teased a new God of War game called Ragnarok. So they stole the movie title of Thor. I'm just kidding. Some other one more highlight I have here is the PlayStation Plus collection, which is like Sony's form of backwards compatibility for only PlayStation 4, unfortunately. So no PS1, PS2, PS3, which is a goddamn shame, because all the previous iterations had a lot of classics, especially the PlayStation 2 and 3. Does it make that literally does not make sense? Why is the PS5 not including every single generation of its previous lineup? Is Sony lazy? Is Sony lazy to like? It's like the PS1 game to re-emulate their classic games. I don't know. What's up, All-Star Bandit? So some of these games in this collection include Uncharted 4, Last of Us Remastered, God of War, and the 2016 Ratchet and Clank game. And then the big elephant in the room. They finally addressed it in this showcase. The cost. How much dough, how much ducats, how much of the big bucks are you gonna spend this holiday season for this console? Well, let me tell you right now, you are going to spend $500. Yeah, $500 for a standard PlayStation 5. And then the all-digital version, remember the all-digital discless version that they showed off back in, I think it was in June or July? That's going to cost $400, so $100 less. And then the PS5 is officially going to launch November 12th. And the All-Star Bandit said the PS5 is a PlayStation Wii. It kind of does look like a Wii. They seriously need to make a black version of the PlayStation 5. They need to make like a black coated version of the PS5. Like an inverted like color like of the PS5, So I thought there were some pretty interesting games here. They had, again, the Hogwarts game. They had Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then they also had Devil May Cry. I'm not a big Devil May Cry fan, but it looked pretty cool. And coming out of this showcase, it's clear what a lot of people are gonna go for. It's clear. And this is very much my Sony bias coming in again. Based on the launch lineup, based on the amount of games that are going to be present at launch, it's clear everyone's going to go for a PlayStation 5. I mean, come on. It's like, what has Microsoft done to convince people to get a Series X right away? It's like they delayed Halo, their biggest IP, like, ever. They delayed Halo to next year, and it's got nothing. Like, it's practically got nothing, unless if I'm missing something. It's got nothing to launch alongside the Series X and Series S now, outside of a third-party game in Call of Duty. I don't see anything here. I don't see anything for going good for the Series S and X. So, pretty much everyone's going to go for the PS5. I know some people will go for the all-digital version because they don't want to have, like, you know, physical copies of the game. Like, they're thinking long-term. They're trying to play the long-term game because, you know, at some point in time, they think that physical copies are going to phase out, which in theory, it's kind of true, but you lose out on the collection piece, you know. But anyway, so the PS5, like, pre-orders, the pre-ordering was chaos. That was pretty chaotic. They said pre-orders were supposed to go up yesterday, but retailers elected to have pre-orders go up like literally hours, like literally 2 to 3 hours after the showcase. Sony freaking lied to people. Oh my god, what assholes. So, as expected, the PS5 sold out within minutes and hours, like from retailers like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, GameStop, Amazon. It's pretty much sold out, and I don't know when they're gonna restock it, but we'll see. But if you ask me, if I pre-ordered it, if I'm gonna get it, as much as I liked a lot of things that were shown in this showcase and everything leading up to today, like everything prior, no bueno. I'm not getting it. I'm just not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get a PlayStation 5. It does suck that I'm gonna miss on what are gonna be great games like Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank, the new God of War, Ragnarok. But that's pretty much all I'm missing with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, the exclusives. Outside of that, what has these consoles, like these next gen, and honestly even the previous generation, like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, what have they really done to make me really want to own, like really hold on to these consoles? Like, out of all the exclusives I played on a PS4, and it wasn't even my PS4. It was my brother's. Let's be real. I've only enjoyed the Uncharted, like the entire Uncharted series. I also enjoyed the Crash Insane trilogy, which hence the reason why I double dipped on Switch. GTA 5, I guess. But, like, there wasn't really much going for it outside of a first-person mode and a ray gun. That's it. And that's pretty much all I played on there. That's pretty much all I played on the PS4. It's like, so what am I gonna get a PS5 for? Just the exclusives plus GTA 5 again. It's kind of like a big waste of money right there. Now, another reason why I'm not getting a PS5 or a Series X, it's like I don't see a need for it. I really don't need it right now. And not only that, I'm trying to save money, you know. And I'm really trying to save money for something that's going on in March that I mentioned earlier. Mania. Like, that's my priority right now. If, hence, Mania stays in LA. But even then, it's like, again, I don't see a need to own a PS5, like, if you have a PC. Like, when a large chunk of the games that are most likely going to be on PS5 is third-party games, you can just build a rig. Like, you can really like research and build a rig, like, or ask someone, like, hey, what's the best PC rig at a good budget? Like, let's say, 800 to 1,000. You can just play PC games, you know, and that's me, like, honestly trying to be humble to y'all. And these are like games that I haven't even touched yet. Like, and I'm just being realistic with y'all. GTA 5, the old GTA games that I've streamed for you, Trials Fusion, Doom Eternal, Resident Evil, BioShock. Those are the games I currently own on my PC. And, well, I played 2 of them, and I still have a lot to go through. But I have options here on my PC. And not only that, I have a Switch too. So that's where most of my gaming has gone anyways nowadays. And yeah, it's not the most powerful thing in the world. It honestly, it doesn't need to be, because for my needs, and honestly most of people's needs, it plays games. It plays games, and the biggest advantage that it has over the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X is portability. Now, also, another disadvantage is that, yeah, it doesn't have the heavy hitters like Call of Duty or GTA, but it has games. Now, it's not the games that I personally like, but it has games. Like, from the business side of it, it has, like, some games. And again, the portability factor, I can play it wherever I want. And, you know, there's at least games that, like, I can pick from. So, when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, and especially the PS5, you know, I really hope that people will be able to enjoy it and launch. I really am. I'm really happy for y'all. So, enjoy the ray tracing and like the new, like, the graphics, you know, on the 4K and 8K TV. But in all honesty, graphics at the end of the day don't really make like a big adjustment, a big selling point for me when it comes to playing video games. And those are not, especially aren't enough for me to make that next gen jump. Maybe when there's a Switch 2. Maybe when there's a Switch Pro. I play video games to have fun, even if the graphics are crappy. But as long as the game is not shit and slow, I play video games to have fun and sometimes review it. But I'm sorry, the PS5, unless if there's a sale, unless if there's a good bundle that I'm interested in, hard pass. Hard pass. Let me see here. Oops. It's a video game in a video game. Wait, what's in a video game in a video game? I don't know what you mean by that. something that did interest me. I mean, not that the PS5 showcase didn't interest me, but something that interests me for a console that I am actually interested in was Nintendo. And like at freaking 3 a.m. in the morning, when I was asleep, like a lot of people were, out of the blue, they announced a Nintendo Direct partner showcase. Yes, another one of these. However, unlike the other partner showcases, which flopped and bombed really badly, this one was going to be live streamed. Now, I thought to myself, why are they going to live stream this? What exactly are they going to show off that's worthy of live streaming this? Well, are they going to live stream it because they have a big announcement? Are they going to live stream it because they just want a more positive like-dislike ratio? I don't know. Before we get into that though, All-Star Bandit is just saying that video games are fun no matter what. That is very true. That is very true. That is the truest statement at the end of the day. But anyway, let's take a look at what exactly they showed off in this partner showcase, in this third edition of their Nintendo's partner showcase. Now, it seems clear as day, again, as I mentioned last week, that if Nintendo doesn't do a general direct, these partner showcases are probably going to be the thing that carries them for the rest of the year. But if they're going to do these partner showcases, then they got to have quality content. They got to have really good announcements that are going to get people excited. Not any of this Shin Megami Tensei stuff. Not even the 2K Battlegrounds stuff. By the way, that game came out today. And from watching Attack Slug and Grimm Toy Show play it, it looks okay. It looks okay, but it's a microtransaction filled mess. Just like NBA 2K Playgrounds. So let's take a look at what Nintendo had to show in their third edition of the partner showcase. So the first thing they did was not go into a narration of, oh, hello, welcome to today's partner showcase, where we're going to reveal blah, 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 blah. But instead, they kicked it off on a high note, honestly, by revealing 2 Monster Hunter games. Now, Monster Hunter is not for me personally, but it's big in Japan, and big it's big for like some core and hardcore Switch players and fans of the series. So the first game they showed was Monster Hunter Rise, and it has a new story, a grappling hook system, and new monsters. And unlike Monster Hunter Generations, this one's going to be more. It's going to have a much larger map, so it's much more open world than Generations. So this one's coming out March 26th, 2021. So that should get people excited. And another thing that got people excited was Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. So in this one, the players are searching for the Rathalos, which has mass disappeared from their habitats, and that is releasing in the summer. So Nintendo has gotten off to a hot start here with this partner showcase. And then the Monster Hunter Direct that followed revealed Amiibo for Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Rise is getting a collector's edition. So some good stuff for Monster Hunter fans there. And then they also revealed Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And it was also revealed that it was going to be shadow dropped today. Literally today. The day, like today as in like the day the partner showcase aired. And then the creators also revealed a collector's edition, like in a tweet, which featured a stained glass piece, the base game, and the first Ori game, a glow-in-the-dark display case, and My throat is drying up here from all this talking. And Inmanel pin. I can't pronounce that. But there's some goodies in the collector's edition of Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So some good stuff there. So a lot of fans were happy about that too. And then there's some other games that I could care less about, but should hold some people over. Sega 6, Balan Wonder World, Rune Factory 5, The Long Dark, and Empire of Sin. So a lot of games there. Man. But all I can say about this Nintendo Direct partner showcase, this iteration, Nintendo really should have renamed this partner showcase as the Nintendo Direct Mini Weeb Showcase. Because everything after Monster Hunter, in between Monster Hunter and Ori and the Will of the Wisps, everything was anime. Everything but Sniper Elite and Empire of Sin was freaking anime. That's really much what this Direct was. But I mean, again, it's not for me, but I know some people will like it. That niche anime crowd will like it. I will say about this. About the partner showcase. This was good in some perspectives. It was actually a lot better for many people. And for me personally, I still thought it sucked because there's nothing here for me. But for other people that are interested in these games, it's good for them. The only thing that did highlight, that was a highlight for me, was Monster Hunter, because I've always kind of had that very small interest in Monster Hunter, but I'm like, not really that interested. But the other thing that I liked about this partner showcase in general was how it's setting up Nintendo firmly, somewhat, for 2021. Because now, we got a couple titles ready for next year. We got Super Mario 3D World in February. Then we got Monster Hunter in March. And then we've also got Rune Factory 5 next year. And then we also have the Monster Hunter Stories 2 in the summer. And then I don't know when that Balan Wonderworld game is coming, but sometime next year. Then you also have the other games that Nintendo still has to talk about, like Bravely Default 2, Bayonetta 3, Doom Eternal. We're still waiting on that. And some other first-party games that Nintendo is hiding somewhere, and ready to be revealed at some point in time. So Nintendo at least has, February, March, and summer, like June, July, and August locked down. They have that locked down. So they at least have a decent plan ready to go for next year. They're already looking forward to next year. So that's what I'm seeing. That's why I think this Direct was successful for them. It's how they're ready for next year. Now, if they do a partner showcase next month, they're probably going to have more titles ready for 2021. But we'll see. We'll see what they got. If it's more weeb stuff, then let's just say 2021 is probably going to be a anime-filled year for Nintendo. Let's just put it at that. But at the end of the day, Nintendo and Sony are probably going to have a really good year. for video games. Again, not every game on the Switch is going to be for me, but at least there's something on the Switch that's for everyone, you know. And whether it's a first party game like Mario or Zelda, or a third party game like Doom Eternal or Crash or Spyro, you know, it's there. That's why I like the Switch so much. There's a large selection of games that people can play. So we'll see what Nintendo's got for the next partner showcase, if they do one next month and for the rest of the year. But we'll see. Now, besides the partner showcase, I again have to ask, what is Nintendo going to show? They still have to address two things here. They have to address Pokemon Crown Tundra, because that DLC is due out, I think, in November, or they could push it to December to sell it as a holiday DLC, like that, as the holiday DLC, because they already got Hyrule Warriors in November, so they can use December to sell the Pokemon Sword and Shield Crown Tundra DLC. And then they also got Smash. Like, are we gonna get the next Smash fighter this year? Because I know, even though they said 2021, they were gonna be finished with the second and final Fighters Pass. We could probably get the second one, not next week, but the week after, or at some point in October. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. But I don't know if Nintendo announces anything else other than those two and another partner showcase or something random, because they probably pushed their cards enough for this month. They're probably like, okay, we've already got this done. What else do we got? I don't know. That's probably how they're feeling right now. But we'll see. We'll see come in the coming weeks, in the coming months, for the rest of the year. And I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Finally, Nintendo, like, despite the lack of communication, which I'm still annoyed by, they're finally having a set plan for the coming months. And that's all we wanted. Like, games to look forward to. And again, not every game's going to be for me, but there's an audience out there that do like those games. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a look at the chat. Let's see here. All-Star Bandit said he didn't play a Monster Hunter. He played a Monster Hunter game once and didn't like it. I also played Monster Hunter Generations on the 3DS, and yeah, I'm not real. That's why I'm not that big on Monster Hunter. It's just like very, if it, other than Breath of the Wild, it's like the big exploration games. I don't know. It's just not for me. Maybe I'm too time heavy now. I don't have as much time as I used to. I don't know. And then he last said, Heavy from Team Fortress 2. Heavy Soldier from Team Fortress 2 for Smash. Not gonna happen. But anyway, everyone, thank you all for joining me for this episode of Dylan Lasagna Live. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming like games anytime soon. I mean, I want to stream Super Mario 3D AllStars, starting with 64, because I want to go. I'm like that and want to stream them in order. But we'll see. I just don't know when I'm gonna stream it. I'm certainly not gonna stream Sunday, because that's NFL Sunday. That's when I locked into all the NFL games, even in a pandemic and even when it's getting political. But we'll see when I stream. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or sometime next week. I have to check my calendar. But look forward to a community post regarding the stream announcement. So, but I do want to play this as soon as possible. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of Dylan Lasagna Live. I am, of course, Dylan Lasagna. If you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Where's my outro music here? And turn on the notification bell. And if you want to, follow me on Twitter, so you can see me ramble on a bunch of bullshit. And check out the past episodes of Dylan Lasagna Live and my previous live stream gaming playthrough series. We did Grand Theft Auto 3. So make sure you go check that out. Very chaotic. It was literally very chaotic. But other than that, it's just been pretty much live streams. I do want to do more edited content, but I don't have plans for it right now. But anyway, everyone, that's it for now. Always be delicious, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.